Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing on the problem consecutive subsequence, right? So this was asked on Codeforces round 479 for the division 3. So you can just go through the question. It's easier to understand. I'll just summarize the question so that it will be easier for us to solve the problem, right? So let's see what the question states, right? So just give me a second, 1 second, just 1 second. Yeah, yep. So here we have been given an array A, right? So here we have been given array A of length n. Simple array A of length n, right? So any number of this one elements can be found length n. We have to pick the subsequence. What we need to do, we have to pick the subsequence, right? So we have to pick the subsequence, means we have to keep that in order. That becomes x plus 1 to x plus k minus 1. So this is in the order x plus 1 to up to this one x plus 1 second k minus 1. Simple. Yeah, right. So now we have to output the maximum possible length k. What we need to output? Maximum possible length k. So we need to output the maximum possible length k and indices. Indices is always one based, right? So just remember this one. During the approach, this will be very helpful, or it is very handy. So we have to output the maximum possible length k and indices nothing but one based of any such subsequence, right? We may delete any elements, but the kept ones must stay in original order. So we may delete any elements, right? So but kept ones must be in the original order, right? So this is very important. And constraints we have been given, 1 less than n has to be less than or equal to 1, and sorry, yeah, and this one n less than or equal to 2 to the power of this one 2 into 10 to the power of 5, right? So n has to be greater than 1 and n has to be less than or equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5. Sorry. And also AI, so array A, this one AI. So this one has to be greater than 1 and less than or equal to 1 into 10 to the power of 9. Just keep this in mind, the constraints, right? So again, let me read the question loud. Just listen to this carefully. We have been given array A of length n, right? So this part. So we have to pick the subsequence, nothing but that should be in the order. We have to keep that one in the order. That becomes this one, uh, x comma x plus 1 up to x plus k minus 1, right? So we have to output. So what is our goal? What we need to find? We have to output maximum possible length k, right? So that's what we need to output, right? Just keep this in mind. And indices. So maximum possible length means we have to find the length. Basically in simple terms, we have to find the length, means we have to output length in the first line. The first line has to be length, right? Just keep this in mind. And one more thing, uh, output maximum possible length k and indices they have mentioned, right? So we have to output the indices as well, indices of the maximum possible length, right? So this one would be, we have to output maximum possible length k and indices of any such subsequence at of any such subsequence, right? So second line has to consider indices, right? We have to output indices on the second line, right? So just keep this in mind. Just keep this in mind, right? So we may delete any elements, but the kept ones must stay in the original order. Constraints I have already said. So this is the basically this is the question, right? So let me delete this one. I hope the question part is completely clear, man. Easy, right? So here see, we have been given length, this one input length of the input 7. It consists of 3 3 4 7 5 6 8. Yeah, 5 6 8. So the maximum possible length here would be 4, right? So the maximum possible length here would be 4, and the indices would be 2 3 5 6, 2 3 5 and 6. Same goes with this one, input 2 as well as the input 3 as well as input 4 as well, right? So I hope the question part is completely clear along with the input output. So let's consider the same first example for the approach. So you can just try it out for the second, third, or fourth one, right? In the same way that I show for the first example uh, in the approach, right? So let's start with the approach and then let's go with the complexities. I mean, let's discuss the complexities after discussing the approach. Then let's write the code. First, as usual, let's discuss the approach first. See, I have considered the same first example that they have given in the question, right? So here 7 3 3 4 7 5 6, and the output that we need to get here is 4 2 3 5 6, right? So let's move on with the step-by-step explanation here. We will be maintaining dp of v, nothing but that is equal to longest length of the consecutive sequence that is ending at the value v. Value v is nothing but this one, v, dp of v, right? So dp of v, let's maintain the dp of v equals longest length of the consecutive length ending at value v. So v, we have to display v, right? Nothing but the longest length. First we got 4 here, output 4, here this one we have to display. After that we have to display the indices. This is nothing but the indices accordingly with the question that I have explained, right? So let's come here. First we will be scanning from left to right, right? So we will be scanning from left to right basically in simple terms. First what we have in the input, so we will be considering this one, 3 3 4 7 5 6 8. So this one will be 3 3 4 7 5 6 8, right? First we have the first we'll see the 3. So dp of 3, dp of 3 would be the previous this one element, nothing but dp of 2 plus 1. So we don't have dp of 2, so we will be considering the value 0. When we don't know the value, we will be going with 0. Just remember this one, dp of this one, 2 plus 1, right? So the previous element plus 1, that's it, right? So this one dp of 2 we don't know, so we are giving 0 here. This will be 0 plus 1, that is equal to 1. Next we have 3 again. Now we have the dp of this one, what do we call, dp of 3 already, right? So this one will be again dp of 2 plus 1. Again this will lead to 1 itself. 0 plus 1 will lead to 1 itself. Now we have 4, right? 4, this one will be dp of 4 equals previous one, dp of 3 plus 1. Dp of 3 we already have got 1, so this will be 1 plus 1, right? Dp of 3 plus 1 will be 1 plus 1. This will lead us to the this one, output 2. So now we have got 1 comma 1 comma 2 here. Next let's move on with the next one. 3 3 4 7 we have, right? So see here, dp of 7 is dp of 6 plus 1. dp of 6 we don't have, so we'll be considering the value 0. 0 plus 1 will be again 1, right? 1 1 2 1, right? So now let's go with the dp of 5, because in the input we have 5 here, right? So we have went with the 3 3 4 7. Next we are left with 5 6 8. Let's go with 5 now. dp of 5 will be dp of 4 plus 1. dp of 4 we have got the value 2 here, right? So see here, dp of 4 equals dp of 3 plus 1. We have got 1 plus 1 2, right? So this one will be dp of 5 equals dp of 4 plus 1, nothing but 2 plus 1 3, right? We got 3 here. So dp of 6, next we have the our input 6 basically. We are left with 6 and 8 basically. This one will be dp of 6 will be dp of 5 plus 1. dp of 5 we have already got 3 here. This is nothing but 3 plus 1 will lead us to the output 4, right? So this will be 4. 1 1 2 1 3 4. The final one is dp of 8, so we will be going with a dp of 7 plus 1, right? So dp of 7 here, see, we have already went with the dp of 7, nothing but we have got the value 1, right? So this will be dp of 7 will be 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2, right? So we have got the output 2. So here among this, the maximum one is 4, right? So this is the value basically v, or whatever I was speaking here, this one dp of v, or the longest length of the consecutive this one sequence ending at the value v. This one will be basically 4. So we will be displaying 4, or we will be returning this one v, right? So we got 4 here, right? 4 as output in the first line. Second line, what we need to do, we have to return the indices, right? So we have to return the indices. So we have got here value, uh, value is 6, for this one value input is 6. For the 6 we have got 4, right? Value is 6 and the length is 4. We will be going with value minus length plus 1, because plus 1 here we are considering, because we have to go with this one, we have to go with one index, right? So this is one index. I had stressed this one while reading the question. So this is one indexed basically, one indexed. So I had stressed this one. So we are going with a plus 1 here. So 6 is nothing but the value. We are going with a formula value minus length plus 1, plus 1, because this is one indexed, right? So we have to display the this one indices itself, right? 6 minus 4 is nothing but 2. 2 plus 1 will lead us to the output 3, right? So now we have to scan the indices and pick values 3 4 5 6. right? So we got here 3, we have to start with 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we need to do, we have to scan indices and pick the values 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So for the 3, I'll just go with here. Mm, so this one we have to go with 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Just give me a second here. Yeah, we have to scan the indices and pick values 3, 4, 5, 6 in order. So in order, so this one indices will be 2, 3, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 5, and 6, right? So this one, what we will do, we will return this one in the output. We'll return output in the we'll be returning this one in the output basically, right? So that's what they have asked. First thing is we have to output the length, longest length, and then we have to return the indices, right? So we have to go with here 4 along with 2, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, 5, 6, because we are scanning the indices and we will be picking the values 3, 4, 5, 6 in order, right? So indices will be quite obviously 2, 3, 5, 6, right? So this one we have got the output 4 and 2, 3, 5, 6, right? So this is how we got the output 4 and 2, 3, 5, 6. So this is nothing but the length and this is nothing but indices basically, right? So this is fine. Now, we are done with the approach part. So basically the output that we got here is 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, which is equivalent to the output that they have shown for the example 1 within the question. So just follow the same thing what I have said by considering example 2 or 3. So you have to get the desired output as they have given in the example, right? So this is how we will be making use of the dynamic programming, right? So as I've said, we will be going with a dynamic programming approach for this particular problem, right? So now, as we are completely familiar with the this one approach, let's move on with the complexities part, right? So what will be the time complexity? So overall time complexity would be big O of n. So why it is big O of n here? Because we will be going with a one pass to fill the DP, right? Also, we'll be making use of one pass to find the best of value comma length. This one I'm speaking of, I just showed this one value comma length. So this one value and length, so the best length we have got is 4 and its value is 6, right? So the highest value among this one that we got is 4 and the value for which we got is 6, right? So we will be going with a one pass to fill DP and one pass to find the best of value comma length, and also one pass to reconstruct indices, that is nothing but all linear, right? So here the space complexity would lead to big of m. So the time complexity is big of n, that I explained, right? So the space complexity would lead to big of m. M is nothing but here the count of distinct values on the array. Distinct values, right? So here see 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 we had, right? So another value I may have missed. Just consider this one for now. So this is same value, right? So the value will be same. The value will be same because dp of previous value plus 1 will be going with, right? So if this one, for this one we will be going with dp of 2 plus 1, and for this one also dp of 2 plus 1 will be going with, right? So for that reason, m is nothing but the count of distinct value in the array, not the same values, right? Stored in the hash map for the DP purpose, right? So m is nothing but the count of distinct values in the array that is stored in the hash map for the sake of DP, right? For the sake of dynamic programming, we'll be making use of the hash map as well along with the DP, right? Just remember this, right? So we are done with the complexities part one, right? So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we'll be writing in the future would be big of n and big of m respectively, right? So as now we are completely done with the complexities part. As we are completely familiar with the complexities and the approach part, so we are good to write the code. Let's start writing the code. Let's start writing the code. I'll just come to the compiler. We'll be making use of the fast input and output, or yeah, let's do one thing. Hmm, so instead we can just go with the scanner itself, man, for this particular problem I believe. uh, let's do one thing. Anyhow, I'll just give here java.io.star, so this is fine. Also let me go with here this one. We'll be making use of the different utilities as well. I'll just go with a util.star. So next let me go with class main. So you can just give any name that is relevant to the problem. I'll just give your main, right? So let me give your main. Let's go with the main method. Let me delete this one. Also let's make use of the input output exception as well, right? So throws input output exception. This is fine. So next what we'll be doing, let's make use of the scanner, right? So scanner is fast enough for this particular use. I hope I'll be making use of the scanner. If the time exits, then we'll be making use of the this one, buffered reader and the print writer route, right? So I'll just go with the sc new scanner of, let me give your system dot in. This is fine. Then let me go with int n equals, this one will be sc dot next int. This is fine. Now let me go with array equals new int, this one n. This is fine. So this is nothing but the, we are just allocating the array of size in here, right? So previously n equals sc dot next int, or the this one scanner dot next int. So we were just reading the array length, and right. So finally the for loop, so we will be reading n integers into the array. So let's go with the for loop here. This is fine. uh, int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this is also fine. This one will be array of I equals sc dot uh, next int. So this is also fine, man. Yep. So next what we will be doing, we have successfully read n integers into the array, right? So now let's go, let's do one thing. Let's go with a dp map, right? So we'll be considering the number that is nothing but the length of sequence ending at this particular number accordingly with the approach, right? So let's go step by step. So as I've said, we'll be making use of the hash map. So I'll just go with integer here. So this is fine. Let me make this one capital I, man. This is fine. This one hash map we are going with, right? So let me go with one more integer here, key value. So we'll just go with here dp equals new hash map. So this is the syntax. We are just creating the instance of the hash map. So we are just using the map to store dp of value, right? So now let's go with the iteration part. Let's move on with the iteration part. For int num of array, so this is fine. So within the for loop, so I'll just go with dp dot put of this one will be number comma dp dot get or default, right? So this one will be num minus 1 uh, comma 0. This is also fine. Totally plus 1, because we'll be going with a 1 index, right? So this is fine. Now, yep. What we did, we went with dp of num equals dp of num minus 1 plus 1. Every step I have showed. Nothing but dp of 3 equals dp of 2 plus 1. dp of 5 from the input, dp of 5 equals dp of 4. Previous number is 4, dp of 4 plus 1. If we haven't calculated for the dp of 4, if we don't have the value, we considered 0. I have showed this one in the approach, right? Same thing we are doing here. So this is fine. We are done with that part, right? So basically, that is nothing but the dp map, right? So that is nothing but dp map. So now we are left with this one. Left with means in the sense we have to find the maximum length, right? So we are left with finding the maximum length and the last number of that sequence, right? So in our case, in the example, the maximum length was 4 and its value was 6 for the first input. So that's what we will be finding here. Now we have to find the max length and the last number of that sequence. So I'll just go with int. So this one will be maximum length. Let me initialize this one to 0, and last num, let me initialize this one to 0 as well, right? So let me go with the iteration part. So this one I'll just go with var. So this one will be entry of dp dot, let me give you entry set, right? So this one is fine. So what we are doing here, this one max length 0, we have to track the best length and the terminal value of that this one best chain, right? So that is the reason I have initialized maximum length and last num. So this is fine. Now a for loop, what I have written, so we are iterating over all the pairs in dp, right? Nothing but value comma length. That is the reason I have considered this one as well, hash map as well, right? So we are iterating over all value comma length pairs on the dp. So the input value as well as the value that we got, length that we get. these two things. We will be iterating over all the value length pairs, right? So now if we found a longer chain, if we found a longer chain, then we have to update the max length and remember the ending value. These two things we have to do, right? For that, let's write the simple if condition here. So this one will be if entry dot, let me make use of the get value here. This is fine. If it is greater than maximum length, nothing but max length, then uh, let me give here max length equals entry dot, we have to update the max length, right? So I'll just go with the get value. So this get value, this, let me make this V capital man here as well. Just give me a second here. Yep. This looks nice now. This is fine. Get value now, and we have to remember the last value as well, right? So now I'll just go with last num. Let me assign this one to again entry dot get key, get key, right? So I'll just go, sorry, let me go with get key here. So this is fine. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now let's collect the indices of the sequence. Almost we are at the end of the logic. Basically we have to start uh, we have to start, or we have to go with the starting value x equals last number minus maximum length plus 1. So this one we had done in the this one, what do we call, I had shown you in the approach. So we went with basically value minus longest length plus 1, right? So that is nothing but in the coding this one language, I'm just saying here starting value x equals last num minus maximum length plus 1, right? So that's what we did, right? So last 6 minus 4 plus 1, if you remember, you can just go to the video, that part of video approach where I said where we did 6 minus 4 plus 1. So the same thing we have to articulate in the form of code, right? So I can write in this way, man. I'll just go with int start num, this one equals last number minus maximum length plus 1. So this is fine. This has to be maximum length plus 1. This is fine. Now let's make use of the string builder. So just to gather one best indices separately, right? So we have to go with one best index and we have to gather one best indices separately. So I'll just go with here. Let me go with string builder. Just make use of variable sb here. Let's create the instance of string builder. This one will be string builder. This is fine. Now let's move on with the iteration part here. So this one will be int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this is fine. Within the for loop, if the current element matches the starting number, then we have to record its first or one best index, right? If the current element matches the first number or the starting number, then we have to record its one best index, right? So here in this case, if array of I, that is how we got the indices 2 3 5 6, if you remember, right? So this one is nothing but start num. So I didn't explain that one in the depth. I thought you guys would know that. So here, if the iterated value of the array of this one array is, if it is equal to the starting number, start num itself we have considered here, right? This one, the value that we got minus. So this is fine. Now what we need to do, we have to record its one best index, right? So we have to go with, we have to append this one plus 1. Basically I can just write here in this way. I hope this works, man. Let's see. String builder dot append, this one will be I plus 1, and let me append this one space as well. After this is fine. Now let me go with start num. We have to increment the start num, right? So that's what we did. So we are done with the logical part. Simple, right? So whatever we have discussed in the approach, exact same thing we have articulated in the form of code, step by step. Very simple code, right? Very simple code. So this one, all we are left with here is we have to print the maximum length k, nothing but I'll just go with system out println here. So this one will be, let me pass the maximum length here. So where did I give max length? Oh, this has to be capital L, or else I should have got the error, I think. Yeah, this is fine. That is why it was showing in the suggestions, man. So again, let me go with this one, system out println here. So this one, we are making use of the string builder, right? So let me pass sp, string builder variable sp. This is fine. Now before checking the code with different inputs, let me do one thing. Let me copy paste the signature starter template, right? So just give me a second here. So let me come here, we paste it over here. Let's concentrate on the logical part. So I'll just come here. Let me copy this one. Output that we need to get here is 42356, right? Let's check the same here. So, oh, I have misspelled public here. Line number 22, man. So this one has to be B basically, right? So now this is fine, I guess. Oh, we have many errors, man. So see, cannot find symbol, max length. So if entry dot get value, line number 36. So see here, oh, I have initialized small l. That is the reason this was showing in suggestions as well, right? So I changed here this one, but initialization itself I had done with the small l. This is fine. Now let me run this one. So yeah, we are left with two errors. Error cannot find symbol again. Get value. So line number 37, get value what I have initialized with capital B itself, right? Get capital B. So that's what we are doing here. If this one max length 0, this is fine. Entry dot get value, this function, this is also fine. Parenthesis I have, oh, here I have missed parenthesis, man. This is fine. Yeah, now let me run this one again. So we are left with one error. So cannot find the symbol again. Method key. So this has to be key has to be, oh, this one has to be get key, not just key. Okay, get key and get value. So yeah, now we have to get the output. Let's see. Yeah, now we are getting the output, but for 1356 we are getting, right? So 2356 we have to get. Let's check here. This one we have to get 214. Let me check with the second one. 214 we are getting the correct ones. So let me go with this one, 9678345 something. It has to give 410978. So this is giving us the output 1 and 4, which is wrong actually. Just give me a second here. So actually, so 1 4 is actually correct, I think. So this have the multiple inputs. When we go with 2 plus 1 calculating this thing in the same way, we can have the multiple outputs, right? So I think the longest the maximum length and the other thing that we get. So here in this case output they have given 1 1. We can have the multiple 1 1 or 1 4 as well, right? So 4 is nothing but the index. Index same value we might be having. Indices we are going with a one based index. So same value we might be having in that particular index. We can just return the same thing, right? So here as well. Uh, so when I pasted this one, 2356. See here, 2356 in the index 2 we were having 3, in the index 1 also we were having 3 itself, one based index. So input starts from 3 3 here, right? So both are having the same this one value 3 3. So here we can either consider 2 as we are considering, as we are going with a plus 1, we have to give the solution in this one, right? One based indexing, not this one zero based indexing. So we are going with to index 2, this one we can just go with the index 1 as well, right? So we can return this one as well because we have the same value. So we can just go with 41356 as well here. The same thing here, the index might be here in this case, in fourth index considers the same value, so we can just return 4 here, I guess so, right? So here let me come this one, let me copy, let me paste this one over here. What we are getting, two errors, compilation failed. Why? not a statement. Line number 26, what I did. So this one, so why did I give here? Extend, this one has to be just new int of n. So I, this is fine, man. Let me run this one again. So yeah, we are getting 6 1 2 3 7 8 9, right? So 6 1 2 3 7 8 9, right? So the I mean, uh, this can have multiple outputs basically, right? So the index 4 can also contain the same value. So we are returning, we can return either 1 or 4. Here they have written 1. In our case we are getting 4. See here, in our case we are getting we can just go with 1. We have considered this example itself, right? So we know this one correctly. So that is the reason I always tell you to this one. I insist you every time to implement the same thing for different examples so that you understand this better, right? So this will help you when giving the interviews, and if you're solving, if you're giving any contest, or if you're basically if you're giving any contests, or if you are involved in this thing, any hackathons, and or this one OS, so this will help you a lot basically, right? So now mm, so we are getting the correct output, right? So let me copy this one entirely. Let me come here. I hope this works, man. I hope it has multiple values. Whatever I thought is correct. Let's see. So let me submit this one. Hope this works for all the test cases. Let's see. This is running on test one. Let's wait for some time. So this is still running in the this one. Yeah, this is running one. Yep, this is fine. So you can clearly see here in the toast it is showing accepted, as well as the verdict that we got here accepted, right? So this is fine. Now whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct for all the test cases. We have went with simple DP, man. We have went with simple DP along with a hash map, right? Along with the hash map. Very simple one, right? So I hope the solution part is completely clear along with the approach and the complexities. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.